welcome to joining us for the third installment in the Inspirational Women in Cricket series of webinars. My name is Annelie Reynolds and I'm the show director for HobbyX, and we're proud to be partnering with Cricut to host this series of webinars. You might know our guest this morning as a well-known actress and presenter, but there is so much more to this truly inspirational lady. She is a self-taught graphic designer. She has decorated homes, designed invites, catalogs, and brochures. She's been the creative director for various events and even had her own pop-up shop with beautiful gifts and goodies. She's tried her hand at just about anything that involves creating. It is my honor to introduce the diversely talented and creative Christi Panagio. Christi is going to showcase various ways of cutting samples on the Cricut Joy and will demonstrate the possibilities for card making and on the Cricut Joy, and she'll also show us crafting on the go. Your host this morning is Martin Creer, head of the Cricut. Your host this morning is Martin Creer, head of Cricut in the Middle East, Turkey, Africa, and Russia. Martin, as I stumbled over my words, I'm going to hand over to you now and allow Christi to show us the tricks of the latest Cricut machine, the Cricut Joy.
Thank you, Annelie. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Martin, and I head up the Middle East, Turkey, and Africa, and Russia for Cricut. I think I get so excited when we have an opportunity to work with our members globally, and we have so many people jumping on, and I see the creativity and amazing engagement already on the chat, which super excites me because our members globally are super amazing. So I think over the past 2 weeks, I've had the privilege to host two wonderful ladies in our Celebrating Women in Cricket webinar series, where it's all leading up to Women's Day, or Women's Day in South Africa that's already passed, but we really want to celebrate women in South Africa and across the globe. And that's really important for us at Cricket, right? So I think I'm a lucky guy because I get to do it again, right? And now with another superwoman. She's an actress, she's a presenter, she's a businesswoman. Most of important, I think she will probably say that this is her biggest role, and it is a full-time role. She's a mom. Yes. So without any further ado, I want to introduce Christi Panagio. Welcome, Christi.
I was hoping you're going to go for the full surname. So I'm married to a Greek. You know, it's so funny. She's introducing me, and what I'm hearing is Nico's wife. So I'm Nico's wife. Nice to meet you. I think that's just their way of not saying my surname. So they call me Nico's wife. Anyway, it's such a pleasure to be here. I got my crickets and I have been playing ever since. And all I can say is I am in seventh heaven, and I am just excited to be able to share it. I don't know everything. In fact, I have so much to learn, and I'm hoping you're going to teach me. But yeah, it's just awesome to be here. Thank you for logging in.
I think you're actually going to be teaching me today, Chris,
okay.
I'm still learning. All of us are still learning.
It's going to be the blonde leading the blonde.
Should be fun. So I think with that, Christi, I want to also invite our members to be engaging on this call today. They've already been up and about in our chat, but I want to ask our audience, where are you guys calling in from? We'd love to know where you're calling in from. We actually have Christi all the way from Cape Town here today, which is pretty cool that she's come all the way. How's your journey been in Joburg so far?
Well, firstly, I'm just happy to travel. So there's that, you know, we haven't been traveling a lot. So, and then I came back to where I got married 15 years ago, which is just around the corner from where this location is. So it's been lovely. The girls came with me. Cricket, it's a family business, and they said, bring your children with. So that's awesome that you can do your things that you do and still have your kids, you know, close to you. So yeah, it's nice to travel again.
I think I read on one of your posts, it really does show how times have changed, or what times we are in today.
Yeah.
You're so excited to come up to Joburg.
To leave Cape Town to come to Joburg, you're like, yay, trip. So yeah, absolutely, times have changed.
I think we're just looking on the chat. People are calling in from Cape Town, Bellville, Cape Town. Cape Town seems to be representing. Did you go and call everybody to be on here?
I did. I obviously Instagram. It must be people from Cape Town. So
We've got some international guests all the way from Dubai, I see as well.
cool. I actually had a lot of people ask me about it from Dubai. I think we said, Dubai and what's the other one?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Lots of people asking where they can get it. So I'm assuming.
We've just launched. We actually just launched in the Middle East last week.
Okay. Oh,
which
wow.
is very exciting. We're still starting. So we're expecting the list to grow of countries and resellers and retailers that will be in. But we've just launched in the Middle East as well last week, which is really exciting for us.
So I want to say to a lot of people who obviously are on my Instagram, I don't like the word followers, so just like maybe engagers on my Instagram page who are asking me about this machine. Don't worry if you don't know about it. It's new to South Africa. So it's normal that you don't know about it. And that's why we're doing this, to give you all the information.
Christy, what are we doing? What are we?
I don't know. I thought you're telling me. Now I'm a rookie. So I've been playing around, printing t-shirts for I printed a t-shirt for my niece who's turning 16. And I loved it so much that I thought I want to make one for myself. So I'm hoping she's not watching. She should be at school. Hopefully you're at school, because I don't want her to see it because I'm only giving it to her on Friday. But I want one as well. So we're going to do a t-shirt that I printed for her. And then I thought maybe just a card to show how cute this little Joy is. She's such a joy.
It is definitely a joy, right?
Yeah.
And that's also just
A joy ride.
It's also just launched in South Africa last week, actually, the Joy. It took quite a while for us to get it here, but people are absolutely loving it. And I think that's the nice thing about Cricut. A lot of our members either buy Cricut to make things for themselves, or they might to sell it. A third of our members actually have own businesses. And what you've just mentioned, you are making somebody to give to somebody, which is something that's really unique that not a lot of brands can offer, right? So
absolutely,
I love that we can actually do that.
You can totally personalize your gifts. And I think for somebody like me, I'm a creative. I've always been just a right brain. When I teach my children math, we struggle because that's not where I belong. But whenever I'm doing something creative, I feel like I'm me. And so it's so nice to be able to have ideas, but to be able to do what you've got in your head. I think that's for me, that freedom to go, gosh, I want to do that. And then to be able to do it on a machine that's not taking up my whole garage. It's tiny, I can travel with it. And yeah, I think it's just that freedom to go, I want to make a card that looks like this. And then you just do it. I mean, like, what a pleasure.
One of the things I love about Cricut is, I think I heard it somewhere else where somebody said, you literally have to dream something up and Cricut will do it for you. Exactly. You don't have to be super creative. I'm not creative. I can't even draw little stick man.
Okay. So, but on Cricut you can, and then you can print it.
Exactly.
You can print a stick man.
Okay, Christy, so I'm going to let you maybe get into that.
Okay, should we do that? Are we going to do the t-shirt first? Or are we going to do the card first?
Either.
Okay, let's do card first. So I'm going to need you to help me, because what I've done is, so basically you have design space, and that's where you load all your designs, and then you just print it straight onto Cricut. So we've got my design space here, because I'm quite perfectionistic and I wanted to do something that was my design. So we're going to go just up a bit. We've decided to do something not too difficult because we want to be a little bit perfect on screen. But obviously, if you have time, you can try the more intricate stuff. I think, let's do the rainbow. I'm going to do a rainbow because my daughter's obsessed with rainbows. And we're going to use it's sort of like a metallic-y, what do you call it? The one that layered, it's like a metallic layer. So whatever you print here, you'll see your metallic layer underneath. And I just think it's an insert card. Insert card is what you call it.
It's the only thing I know.
The insert card. Yeah, so we're going to do a rainbow because it's for my daughter and she is rainbow obsessed. So basically you design it, you load it, you print it, you cut it, and that's it. Are you gonna be doing it?
You want to do it?
Yeah, that's me.
You're the perfectionist.
I'm the perfectionist. So what we have to do is just check what the measurement of the card is. Was it near linear only? No.
The measurement is.
Let me just see. I got a big one here. 11. So then you just make sure whatever the size of your card is, that obviously you need to fit it wherever you want it. So just measure that it's the right size. I'm going to make it. Okay, and then it's 11 by 14.6. So don't be overwhelmed if you don't know what to do. There are so many online videos. I'm hoping to do videos going forward, but I first need to educate myself. But it's you learn as you go along. That's how it works, is you just need to play and be confident and just go for it, because that's how you learn. You know, that's how you get better at anything in life.
We do have a lot of amazing YouTube contents,
Yeah,
of Cricut contents, or actually some of our ambassadors and members globally. But also, if you do want some direct training, we have a Cricut Family South Africa Facebook group that you can join. And we have weekly classes on there, beginner classes, intermediate classes, as well as professional classes. So Christy, while you're busy with that,
yes.
can you maybe just tell us a bit more about yourself?
So you're asking me to multitask.
I
have to represent the ladies out there. We can multitask. I have to prove myself. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Who is Christy? Where have you been? Where are you today? And where are you going?
Okay. Well, I am obviously married to a Greek. That's where I got that very long surname, Panagio. My husband is Nico. I don't want to. So he hosts Survivor. So that's actually the coolest thing in our lives, is that we get to go with the producers are also family orientated, and they always send myself and the girls with. So we get to travel and we go for the whole entire 2 months in our homeschool. So that's probably the biggest blessing in my life. And I feel like that's what we've been doing for the last 4 years. So if you're going to ask me about a highlight, that would be it. Like that's the thing that stands out the most for myself and my family. The girls love it. But yeah, I studied drama. It's where I met my husband. Then I went on to play in Sevendelaan, which was, I want to say, my biggest role. I think it was my only role I ever did. So I've never really done anything besides that acting wise. I was there for 4 years, but then we decided to move to, I must also do this and talk. Then we decided to move to Cape Town. Can I ask you something, Martin?
Yes, go for it.
So that is giving you the card here, right? So now you can space it the exact.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So you see, you can just follow what it does. You don't have to be too overwhelmed, because you can literally just look at it and go, okay, it needs to go in the middle. Yes, and print.
And you did adjust the sizes, right? So according to what we said before.
I don't know if I did that. Which one is it?
It's this one here.
No, it's this one.
Oh, it's that one.
So you need to adjust the sizes. Okay.
What is the size there?
I am 11
by 15.
Yes.
That's it. You had it in the right place.
11 by 14.6.
Okay.
So so you learn. And then we're going to just print it. And this is probably, I'll come back to what we were talking about now, but this is my favorite part, because she just goes, it's like this little moment she has by herself.
You first need to select the machine quickly. And
so this is the Cricut Joy, but then you obviously get the Cricut Maker and the Explore. Yes. That's it's the little mint one. So cute. And they obviously do massive stuff. Medium cardstock.
okay.
Yeah, so basically I did Sevendelaan, and then we decided we wanted to start a family, and we moved down to Cape Town. Now she does a thing and you chat. Moved to Cape Town, and then I did a bit of presenting gigs, but I've always been very creative. So I've always found myself doing some sort of, not trained in any way or form, but doing, like I said, the interior or my pop-up shop, or I always find myself coming back to creative stuff.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, we are back. We do apologize for those.
I just had to put on lipstick. Sorry.
And I had to powder my nose. Not really. But in any case, we are back, and we do apologize for the technical difficulties. No. Christy, where were we? Where
I think so. I was busy. She finished her little design, but I think I was finishing. I think I was in the middle of a sentence saying that I always somehow got back to creativity. And I think what happened for me in particular was for a lot of people in lockdown, we were locked into our homes, and we couldn't maybe do the usual stuff that we do to give us joy. I'm saying that word, joy, to give us joy and to help us to be inspired, and for us as a family, it is travel. It's a big part of our job. So you couldn't do any of those things. So I feel like Cricut saved me there, because it gave me like an outlet to be at home, but to still be creative and to still play around and to feel inspired. And it's weird, it's weird how it works. if you feel inspired, then you become creative, and if you're creative, you become inspired. So it's like this beautiful win-win situation, like a domino effect, you know.
I absolutely love that.
So yeah.
Talking about, you say Cricut gave you the outlets.
Yeah.
What do you do, or what is your typical nature of getting into your creative zone? Is there a special process that you follow, or is it just something that comes in naturally? How do you get into that zone of being creative?
That's what I feel like. Often we wait for things to be perfect. And I think that's a big mistake, because things are never perfect. You know, you just saw that we just, you know, got interrupted. So things are never perfect. So I think the trick is to just go for it. You know, I'm somebody, if it's not exactly right, I just want to leave it. And I think that's a bad mindset. And I'm talking to myself here. You know, I think as we go along, we learn. And so it's good to make mistakes. The point is to try, you know. So I feel like with my creativity, often I'll be like, oh no, it's not as pretty as I thought it was going to be, or the design's a bit this. But I think then you just do it again. So I think creativity feeds creativity, and the more it's contagious. And so the more you do it, the more you'll do it. So of course, having something to help you is incredible. And that's why I'm so grateful for this, especially in lockdown, because it just gave me, you know, to just go paint a painting is harder work than to design something and have it printed. And then it feeds your creativity, and it just becomes, and it just grows, you know? Do you know what I mean?
I absolutely know what you mean. So, Christi, do you strive to be unique in your creativity?
So yeah, I think I've got a certain style, and I think it's a way of expressing who you are. So for me, yeah, it's an extension of who I am. So I do like specific designs and specific color, you know, combinations, and I think that's what's so beautiful is there are no rules. There are no rules. So if you like red glitter, then that's what you're going to go for. I'm more into the rose golds. And it's like there's versatility. You can do whatever is your personality. But for me, yeah, I'm definitely a bit more of a perfectionist, and I have a specific style. So I'm not going to put my name on it unless I, you know, designed it. I'm struggling with this rainbow. Can you see it? I don't know if a rainbow was the best choice for this card, but I'm going to keep trying, because that's what we do. We keep trying.
And you need to master the skill, right?
Exactly.
I can vouch for Christi saying that she's got her own different style. When I just met her, the first thing she said to me, she didn't even know maybe exactly what the different machines were doing. She said, I like the mint green one. Can I have that one, please?
But I mean, look how cute. It's so cute. It's just so cute.
So maybe let's turn back to the audience quickly.
Yes.
And thank you for your patience during the technical challenges. So I want to ask you guys, every crafter has a unique passion or a niche. What is yours? Let us know what you love doing. What do you love doing with your Cricut machines? What do you like, Christi? Is there something specific that you like doing?
Yeah,
with your niche?
I found that the things, and that's why I'm struggling with this, because I haven't practiced enough, because you need to practice. I'm loving the iron on. So for me, I'm just like ironing on everything. I've made pillowcases. You make these little, anyway, yeah. So I'll show you guys one day on another, because I don't have it yet. But like I'm loving the iron on. So t-shirts and pillowcases, and I've made a bag for my friend and her daughter with her name on, like a little sports bag. So and I just enjoy the process of it. I don't know, there's something therapeutic, and you just immerse yourself into that moment, you nowhere else. And then of course when you do it and it works out beautifully, and you pull away that, I mean, it's satisfying. So I find that I've really enjoyed the iron on, and the cards I struggle with, as you can see. So I'm going to practice.
I also like the iron on. I'm not going to do that, but my wife always needs to help me.
Okay.
But I do really like
Is that because women are better at ironing?
Not just better, but they're better at almost pretty much everything.
Say that again.
But we're talking about
say it again.
I hope this is not recorded so my wife doesn't see that.
Yeah, she's going to hold you to
She'll
that.
hold me to it for you.
Yeah.
Yes. But she's got a right to. But talking about ironing, I think you mentioned something about a professional ironer in your house.
Yes. So I don't iron. Okay. I don't. Unless I'm using. So now here's the thing. My husband was in the Navy. Nico was in the Navy. So he's the guy. He's the ironer. Is that a word? He's the ironer. He's the Iron Man. So he's always the guy. I mean, we don't really wear clothes like that where we have to iron all the time anyway. But whenever there's like an event, and he takes everything, my dress, and he irons it for me. And so when he saw this press, what's it called?
An easy press.
It's an ironer, but okay, the
Yeah.
easy press. He was like, okay, well, I guess that's my new best friend. So it's like, it's incredible how beautifully neatly it irons. So this happened to my rainbow. It tore, so it's not ideal if you're a perfectionist, but I think you got the gist of it. And so I'm going to try again later, because now that has happened. And so what's important to remember when you're doing this is when you do really fine designs, it doesn't work. You need to choose the chunkier designs for the cards, eh? But it would have been very pretty. Maybe this is, you know, when we went to Samoa for Survivor. Now, I don't know, Samoa is in the middle. Can I talk about random things?
Yeah.
Samoa is in the middle, is as random as this conversation. It's like in the middle of the South Pacific, and they don't have stores. There's like really nothing. It's a very much an island caught. It's like a capsule in time. And so they have this one little mall where you can buy like odd things, but it's not. So my daughters wanted a toy because we were there for very long, and they wanted dolls. So you know there's a cheapy dolls. I mean, you get Barbie, and then you get, I think it's like, I don't know what's her name, Cindy. I don't know what her name is, but she's like the. Not to say that Cindy's are cheap. The Cindy's are wonderful. I just mean in terms of the dolly. She was, let's call her, I don't know, Lindy.
Okay.
Not to say that the Lindy's, okay, I'm diverting. So we bought these two dolls in Samoa in this little shop, and we got home, and Eva's was fine. Eva's my eldest, and then Shay's the youngest one. The doll had two left legs. So it was like, she literally had two left legs. And it was actually such, it was character building, because we were like, okay, but you also have to love things that are not perfect. And, she's handicapped. And so we're going to love her anyway. And so it became Shay's little dolly. And she looked after her so nicely. So I'm just thinking, I'm just going to maybe explain to her, this is like the dolly made the card. And so we'll love it anyway, even if it's not perfect. Love it anyway, even if it's not perfect.
I love this. I mean, not everything is perfect.
Exactly.
Right? Well, what is perfect?
Very few things are actually perfect.
Exactly. I love that. I think talking about that, what motivates you, Christi? How do you keep yourself motivated? Being a mom is a tough job on its own. You got to always stay positive in front of your kids and things. How do you keep yourself motivated? I
think, and listen, I'm just being real. I think especially in this climate, it's harder than ever before, because it's very overwhelming what's going on in the outside world. If you in tune and I don't want to say read the news, like reading the alternative news, telling you the truth, but there's a lot going on. And so it is harder. So what I do is I create pockets, because I feel like to expect life to be perfect all the time is not realistic. You've got the mundane stuff. You've got where we get frustrated and we fight about, where's your mask? I mean, I don't know how many families have had that fight. Oh, it's so frustrating. Anyway, so there's mundane little things, but I try to create pockets, and that's where creativity comes in again. So when you're having a dinner, don't just have a normal dinner. My friends, actually, I annoy them. In fact, we had for very long themed parties, and they would be like, oh, what are we wearing? What must we wear? What color are we wearing today? And for a while, I stopped it, because I think it just, you do it all the time, then people don't want to dress up anymore. And then the other day, I was actually downloading photos of something, and I just saw all these photos, and I was like, I'm going to start doing it again, because you live, life is busy and crazy, and I just feel in those little pockets that you have to create, they don't create themselves, you get to motivate yourself and feel, okay, I can do life again. You have to take those moments and create that for yourself, and whether it is in being creative, whether it is in having a kiddies party that you go all the way. I mean, when you're doing that, you're living. And I feel like we don't do that anymore. And I'm talking to myself as well. So yeah, I think it's important to keep, we obviously look after mind, body, soul. That's what I always say. That's how you keep yourself motivated. We're made up of mind, body, and soul. And when those things are in balance, I feel like you can live your best life, hashtag. And people forget about creativity. We eat well, we exercise if we're good. But we forget to look after our creativity, the stuff that makes us happy and that inspires us.
I think there's a lot to take out of those.
Yeah, and I'm talking to myself. The last thing I want is to stand here and be like, oh, that's my secret. I don't know. I'm also just winging it, but I do try to remind myself all the time. And when I do, life is good.
But that's true. I think we all sit, and you mentioned it earlier on, we sit here and we can complain about a lot, you know, this and that, and design spaces too slow, as an example, or whatever. That's not COVID, right? Also, you know, there's so many things that we can take out of it. And yes, we are in a different situation today, but there's things that we can do about it. So you can still make today work and be a nice day and have fun, right? One thing I did love when we spoke once before, I'm not sure if you said it or Nico said it before, but the whole COVID situation, you all feel like now we all know what it feels like to be a piñata, right? That's what you said to me before, right?
Yes. So poor piñata. And then the stuff just falls out. Yeah, no, I feel like we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice because all we have control over is what we have control over. We don't have control over everything. And I do think that you need to take ownership of the things you do have control over, you know, and exploring creativity in whichever way for me personally is a way to keep myself sane. It keeps me sane. And it's important to be sane.
A lot of
I'm a little insane, but mostly sane. A little crazy. Yeah.
Okay. A lot of our members have said that cricket has helped them with their mental well-being, especially in the last kind of times. It gives them that escape. Talking about what we have in control, I think we should get started with.
So seeing that my card was a bit of a failure, we're going to try the t-shirt, which I'm way more comfortable with. So I've just brought a little tee that I like. I think it's important to buy a t-shirt that fits you well and something that you like because you're going to hopefully wear it. So I've brought my little clean tee, and then I'm not going to iron the whole thing. But what is good is if you just iron the spot that you're going to work on, because it just sort of, aren't you supposed to roll it as well? I'm pretty sure I saw this on some tutorial, but I don't know if it's this roller. But I'm just going to do it anyway because it's fun. And so one of those little, you know, the things that collects the, so if you have one of those, then you do this, and then you clean your shirt, okay, in a spot that you're going to print it. And then I'm just going to put the iron on and just sort of press it just to straighten it and set it. And then in the meantime, let's design. So I've decided to do gold. And I'm not sure if I want to do gold and black or just gold and gold. And so the nice thing here is that you can design it and then sort of like test it on your shirt and then use the one that you like. So we're going to do both. So
you want to take over here?
Can I take over? I don't want to take over. Okay. So I'm just going to find my designs.
Go for it, sir.
Anything else I haven't told you about my life?
I'm trying to think about the questions I still wanted to ask. Yes, we don't have enough time for that, but how have you persevered some of your toughest times? What advice can you give out to some of the women out there that may be going through some tough times today? How would they persevere through that? Or what helped you in your past?
I hope I'm not being, you know, these days you have to be so aware of what you say. So I'm just going to be true to myself. And my faith is something that I don't know how you do it without God. So for me personally, and for my family personally, I don't know how we would have done it otherwise. So I think that connection just gives you perspective. Totally. And I think, you know, sometimes you're so in your life that you don't see what's happening, you know, and then often in our situation, we'll do like a magazine cover, for instance. And then I'll read the article about myself as if I'm reading about a person. And I'll be like, yes, they're kind of cool. And then you go, hey, we're not doing too badly. You know, obviously, hopefully it's an accurate article and I normally try and make it as accurate as possible. But I think often you're so in your life that you don't realize how good you're doing. And so I think what for us has been a saving grace is that we're really trying to raise a good family, be a close-knit family, a family unit. Our children are amazing. I think that gets you through. I think family is important. Family matters, you know. So for me, having my rock, who's my husband, and us having a good relationship and kids who I love, and I feel like that gets you through the tough times because you know what life is about. And the fact that I have 2 children who are healthy and safe and a husband who's healthy and safe is really something to celebrate.
What's that? Is that something
that's something's ready. Okay, so we're going to swap. And then I'm going to just do this. And then you go like that. And then you wait. And then normally you can drink champagne, but we're not going to do it. We're just going to stand here and chat. But if you want to, you can drink a glass of champagne while you're waiting.
So
If it's after,
right?
bowing's over, yeah.
Okay. Somewhere the bowing must have gone over. Christy, you've decided, or you've been in acting and things like that, and you're a full-time mom. Do you miss acting at any times? I mean, it was a conscious decision for you to be a mom, which is a full-time job in its own. Are you going to go back into acting at some point in time? Where's your mind in that?
I'm so old now. No, I'm kidding. Do we need to swap again? I don't miss it that much.
Okay.
It's an interesting world. I'm just being honest. I don't feel like it brings out the best in me, to be honest. I don't know. I think it's tough for women. And so I feel like this brings out a better woman in me. Mm-hmm. So I don't mind doing it, but I don't want it to be who I am. Right. So I don't mind doing a project here and there, something that I enjoy, something that I'm comfortable doing, a role I'm comfortable playing. I don't want to just do stuff for the art of it, and it doesn't sit well with me. So I think it's a good place to be. You know, there's not like a desperation to. I'll do a project that I feel is nice, that my kids can watch. I do like performing. I absolutely do, but it's not the be all and end all of my life. If that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm a little weird that way. I know. People are always quite amazed that, like, yeah. But anyway, I think it's very important to be true to yourself. Do what you're good at. Bloom where you are planted. Because if you're trying to do what other people do well, you're gonna suck at it anyway. So you might as well find out what your things are and focus on that. And that's something. I'm 43 now, and I feel like the older I get, the more I'm sitting comfortably in that, where I'm not trying to do what other people do. I'm trying to do what's true to me. It's important.
It's very important.
Yeah. And people don't realize that. I think we live in a world where I'm struggling to multitask. And I'm not representing the ladies well, yeah. We live in a world where everyone's the same. Everyone looks the same. Everyone's doing the same thing. And I think it's important to be unique. And the way to do that is to own who you are. Easier said than done, absolutely. But just once again, just being aware of it and trying your best.
I think that also comes to, I think I've heard over these couple of weeks, I've met a lot of amazing women. And one of them said to me that, her secret weapon is being selfish at times. That really gets her energized again. She's got to take time off, because being a full-time mom, business owner, it takes a lot out of you.
Absolutely.
And I can vouch for this. When I've seen my mom, I've seen my wife, they're selfless. It's always the kids in front of you or somebody else in front of you. And I think being selfish at sometimes is also really good, right?
Yes. And I think it's important to, when you are, because there's life is full of little quotes, and I love a good quote, but I feel like we've also thrown it, it's out of balance, because it's like, live your best life or do what makes you happy. That's fine if it also makes the people around you happy. Like, it doesn't help if you're doing stuff that makes you happy and everyone else is, so within context. But yes, absolutely. Like, for instance, again, I'm coming back to this. It's something that I do for me, and it makes me a better mom. So I'm going to take that moment to go, okay, guys, this is me. Next 2 hours, you won't see me. Whether it be that, whatever is good for you. Some people want to go to the spa, some people, whatever. When I have a girls' weekend, I'll just play cricket. I'm a cricket player. Who would have thought I'm going to be a cricket player? Yeah.
Do you have a favorite color? And do you think a color defines you?
My daughters always ask me, Mom, what's your favorite color? And that's very unfair. That's like saying, what's my favorite food? I'm like, well, how must I choose? It depends on the day, the hour. There are different. I just want to ask you something. Am I going to print it on this? Because I normally work on my mint.
So which one are you going to
do? So I'm going to do the gold. No, shine. Okay. So if you're doing iron on, very important to do shiny side down. Okay. Very important. I keep forgetting. And then you have to do mirror on. So it mirrors it. It's very important.
Whatever you do, mirror.
Then it's not going to be right. If you don't mirror it, it's going to print the other way around on the t-shirt. It's going to be backwards, unless that's your design. So you know what? Once again, things aren't perfect. So if it's backwards, then you just do it like that. And when people mention something, you go, oh, no, I mean to make it like that. So you can't do anything wrong. Is that the shiny side I've got here? Which side is shiny now? Yeah, that's shiny. Okay.
Looks shiny.
Yeah. So cool. Then we put it in. Can I come and say it? So this little thing You call
Brayer.
it the
A brayer.
brayer.
A brayer.
A brayer. Dan rol jy nou hierdie, okay? You just roll it to flatten it, to stick. The card has got like you get like a standard grip, medium grip, soft grip. So that just sort of grabs onto the vinyl or whatever you're putting in. All right, then you're gonna load it for us.
Have you mirrored it?
I'm printing a little sun and then you must mirror it.
Okay, I'll
Mirror it, and then you print. And now I've forgotten what we spoke about.
Spoke about your favorite color.
Oh, favorite color. Depends. To wear, yellow. For decor, I kind of like black and white and rose gold and green and plants. So that's my, it depends. It depends on what it's for. I can't just pick one color.
Okay, you don't have to.
But I don't like okay, this might help. So I don't like primary colors. I'm more mustardy, sage, light pink, black and white's always good for me. Mint, rose gold. So the softer shades of the primary colors, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. Let's maybe ask I think I've asked you this previously.
Are we printing?
I want to ask the audience. If you just now put it in, it will.
Well, I don't know if feed me.
Didn't feed yet, no?
Cool.
So when we hear from the audience,
yes.
What do you guys do to get your creativity energies flowing? You need to be in a special zone. How do you get your creativity going?
Oh, you actually asked me that. I don't know if I answered your question properly. Can I talk?
You can talk, yeah, of course.
I think it's to just start, because you asked me earlier and I think I spoke about something completely different. It's to just start. Just start. Everyone's got creativity in them. We are human beings. We are made to be creative. So it's to start and then it grows. You feed the little seed, you give it water and it grows. That's literally what you need. You just need to plant the seed. It's basically what it comes down to.
Okay.
Yeah. The more you do it, the better you become at it, the more inspired you are, the more creative you are. It's like a domino effect, I'm telling you.
Okay, it's cutting there now.
It's
right?
cutting.
Okay.
Cutting the sun.
What is your favorite accomplishment? Christi?
That I have a healthy, fully functional family in this world. Yeah, I love my husband. We are loyal to each other. We're honest, law-abiding citizens, and my children have good manners. I have like old school values, I think. My kids love Sound of Music, and we always, like those old school stuff. And I just think it's important. I feel like we've lost so much in culture, so much like culture in new culture, that I try to teach them, the good things in life. And so the fact that we've up to now succeeded and we're fully functional and everyone's doing well, it's an accomplishment these days, and to be sane. That's an accomplishment. The fact that I'm sane, a little bit sane. Okay, so we got our sun. She's beautiful. Okay, and then you take your weeder.
Do you like weeding?
I love weeding. What is that about?
Some people find it very beautiful.
I love using the weeding. Oh, that is funny. I know what some of you heard there. I love using this tool to separate the vinyl. So then basically, I hope I did it the right way now. Oh gosh, I'm still learning. There's so much to learn. Yes, I did. Okay, so then you basically, now if I was doing this not on camera, I would have cut that off to save it for later, because you got to save every little bit. You can always use a little tiny bit. The other day I was printing something and it was a whole lady and her nose didn't stick to the bag. Her nose, it was the tiniest thin little nose. And then I had to find a tiny piece of vinyl to go print a nose. Nesie verby. And then I did it. So keep the offcuts like this for me. I don't want to waste it. It's not a pair of scissors. So I'm going to waste it now, but don't. Keep all of them. Okay. Then you're going to pull this off.
While you're busy with that,
yes.
Is there somebody in particular that's been an inspiration in your life growing up or today?
Is it going to be very corny if I say my husband?
No.
He's such a cool guy, and we've been together for 20 years. So, he's been the predominant person in my life for so long. And he's just, I don't know, it's a bit cheesy, but he's really a nice guy. He's a good man, godly man. He's loyal. He's in the industry. He's kissing girls all the time. And I still trust him. So he's doing something right, you know. Yeah, I really look up to him. The way he's infiltrating. He's like, I think, the chairman for 4 organizations. He's just for the community. He doesn't get paid. He just does so much, and he's such a good dad to our kids. I really, it's nice to have one person that you can trust wholeheartedly in a world where, you know, you can't. No. So he's my guy. I'm gonna be cheesy and go for the husband.
I think I'm going to be choosy with the next question, but I guess everybody wants to know that. And you mentioned it yourself now.
Yeah.
How does it feel like seeing him kissing somebody on set?
No, it's not nice. It's actually terrible. Because again, I'm a human, you know, so I think the danger comes, I'm going to start with you so I can print I think the danger comes in when you don't worry about it. Because that means that you don't have emotion. So we talk about it a lot. Look, we've luckily walked a long road. I've learned that I can trust him. But yeah, it's not easy. So we talk about it. I'll say to him, I'm not feeling cool about this. Can we just, and he's very open with me. Whoever he's playing opposite, he'll always say to them, when I kiss you, I think of my wife. I'm like, yes. So that they don't think, you know, people misunderstand things. And he's like very clear about, you know, and at the end of the day, it is acting, but it's never nice. He's busy doing it right now, I think. So there's that. So then I Cricut, to distract myself. I just Cricut. No, I mean, it is what it is. And luckily I can trust him. But I think it's important to have an open relationship and just to talk about stuff. And that's what we do. So we've come this far, but it's not nice. Okay.
Can only imagine that.
That's the only reason why I want to get back into acting. Sorry, I just spoke over you there, so that I can also go kiss people and get him back. Now I'm kidding. We're using this matte any material. Yes, that one. So I just want to print a little line that goes underneath that says working on my freckles, which I thought was kind of cute. Okay. So we're going to print it in black.
And
then I'm going to see if I want, I don't know, what do you think? Black or gold?
I'm the wrong
I kind of know. Help me.
I'll say black, just to get the different color in there.
Sure, I like the gold, I'm not being a typical woman. I ask you and then I don't listen.
If you like the gold, go with the gold.
Can we do both? Do we have time to do? I'm going to do the gold.
I don't think we have enough time to do both.
To do both.
Yeah, we can do both.
I need to move faster. Now,
I need to ask you.
Yes.
I need to ask you less questions, I guess. But in any case, in terms of crafting, do you like sharing your work for other people to see, or is it something that you prefer to go unnoticed?
That is it. I'm going to be honest, because that's apparently the theme of the day, and that's how we should be in life. Sometimes I do I'm like, I don't know, to see that I want to, you know, like there's some things that you want to just be able to own as your intellectual property, you know, but I think it's important to share ideas, you know. So sometimes it's hard to go, oh, I'm going to give my idea now, and then some people will take it and claim it as theirs, and it annoys me. So yeah, it's a fine line, but I think it also depends, you know, on. Okay, so what happens here is it turns itself off if you forget it for too long, which is awesome because then you won't burn down the house. Yes, safety feature. I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I try to be mature about it, but sometimes I'm like, that's my idea. Ideas are precious, you know, and these days intellectual property is all you've got. So yeah, I think one must be careful of what you share where. So I'm going to mirror this, otherwise. Yeah. Okay.
Does your kids like, or do they have creative bones?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You know, my daughter, I don't want them to be actors. I was very clear about that, but turns out she's so talented. Her nuances and her comedy timing. But I mean, she's growing up in a house where we animated and we speak in accents. And so it's inevitable. So she's definitely got that, both of them have that creativity. But when it comes to arts and crafts, oh, they love it. They love it. Yeah. So I allow them some things, but I'm still a little precious about, you know, my machine. So, but they've made cards. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I let them do it with me. I won't let them, they're still little, 8 and 10. So I'm not going to go, okay, make yourself a t-shirt, you know.
No.
But they definitely join in. Yeah.
But there's still a little shot played in there, right? So
yeah. Yeah, and I just want them to drop it, mix coffee on it, like they did on my computer the other day. You know, they're little. So, but I think it's also a nice time to do stuff together. you know.
I agree.
What I'm going to do before I
I'm
print
stopping
this,
again.
because of time, I'm quickly going to iron this. So what you do is you set the time and the heat, and then it does it so it beeps when it's done, and then you can just come. So I know that they say you must measure the shirt and make a line, but I just want to just go like that. It likes me like. I don't know. Am I supposed to measure it? I feel like I've got a
That's
good
one thing
eye.
I always get wrong. Always skew when I put it on myself.
I don't know. I don't mind skew because then it's not perfect.
Exactly.
No, I don't mind skew.
Part
Okay.
of art, right?
So then sorry. Then I'm going to do, when it beeps, it tells you it's ready. You put it on, you push the little C button, and then if you can just get it to
Getting the selecting the machine.
there's so much you can do. Oh, if
Did
you're
you
a
mirror?
creative,
You didn't know it.
I did mirror. The next thing I want to try is cutting leather to make like leather earrings, and yeah.
That's what the maker can do. Right?
Yes,
You can cut the-
yes.
okay.
And I made these little, you buy foam, you know, those glitter foam things, and then you make little Alice bands for your daughters with flowers, and I mean, it cuts anything. God, are you
Have you
doing that
tried
for
the
me?
engraver?
No, there's an engraver.
There's an engraver on the actual.
Wow.
Cricut maker.
Okay, you see, you're gonna have to. Okay, so now you make sure that it's sticking. It is not.
Okay.
So then, what do
Give
you
it a
do?
little bit more.
Now, you know what? We've all got our own groove. And so at home, I have my setting for my machine. And it's all about learning what works. But you better work now.
Yeah, you can have to make this one a little bit smaller.
Is it? Come on. I never know if it's good to pull it off straight away or to give it a bit of time.
I sometimes give it a bit of time and then take it off.
It's sticking. I am such a rookie.
Me too. No worries.
The
Do you
two
have any questions
rookies.
for me, maybe? Do
Hey?
you have any questions for me, or do you have any questions you want maybe ask the audience while we're busy?
Well, I know that, well, this is not a question, but I know that you're giving a machine away today, aren't you?
We
And I
are.
think people are so excited because there's such a need for, you know, exactly that, people for this outlet of creativity. So how's that going to work? I'm sure people want to know how and what.
We did ask our members to share.
Okay.
The webinar for today.
Yes.
They have to be present on the webinar today. They have to like, tag. So we'll be giving away a machine. You want to maybe give it away now?
Yeah.
While we,
I don't know how. How do we pick someone?
it's already been.
I'm going to
drawn.
just wait. I'm just going to think of a name. I'm going to think. Okay, I've thought of someone. So must I just say the name?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm going to read it from there because it's like my surname. Like you can't just say it. You need to kind of read it. We have a winner. So firstly, thank you so much for tagging, sharing, doing what you needed to do. It's always an honor for me if I can use my platform to bless you guys, because the worst is when people are like, oh, look at the cool stuff I have. And then people are like, yeah, I wish I had it. So here's an opportunity to have it as well. Thank you for entering. Thank you for your enthusiasm. I must still go like all the comments. I was flying yesterday, so that's my excuse for that. Our winner, are you going to do a drum roll first? I'm just scared I say the name wrong. No, is that your drum roll? Aren't guys good at, like, you know, sound effects and stuff?
No, really.
Okay, we have a winner. Thank you for everyone for entering. The person who won the Cricut Maker to the value of 8,000 Rand is Saneliswe Duze. Well done. I hope right now where you're sitting, you're going like this. Woo! I hope so, because I can't hear anything. Obviously.
I think.
Yes, yeah.
While we're just having a quick look at the time, I think we can jump onto the Q&A to you know, obviously we've got lots of members on
Yes.
that maybe wants to ask us questions.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask the members. I see there is already a couple of questions on the Q&A, but can you jump to the Q&A chat? So from chat, you actually go to the Q&A box, and if you have any specific questions, please go and ask that on the Q&A. So I'm going to jump on.
Will you tell me the questions? And
I'm
then,
going to read the
okay.
questions to you.
Well, I try and get this thing off. It's normally very easy. The setting was different to what I set it at home normally, but it's working. So,
Is it coming on?
goeie genade. Yeah.
Okay, so here's a question. I think it's more Cricut related.
Okay.
What is the subscription cost of design space, or is it free when you purchase a Cricut? So there's different options within design space. You do get a free version. You cut, you'll be able to add images. So you'll be able to use your machines quite easily. But there is a paid subscription. It's about $10 a month. And that gives you access to extra images or projects or fonts online. But you can use the software for free. Somebody's asking what materials can it cut? There's so many different materials. It depends on the machine. If you want to just cut iron-on, like Christy is doing today, or vinyl that you cut a mug, as an example, you buy a Cricut Joy. But if you want to go into deep things like Christy mentioned, she's laughing.
I'm laughing because it's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful, and I'll show it to you on my Instagram page. You can see how beautiful it is.
So the Cricut Maker can actually cut leather. It can cut balsa wood as an example. It can engrave. It can cut up to 300 different materials.
I also bought like chipboard, like a 2mm chipboard. So you can cut, like, you know, when you want to cut for birthdays or the kid's name, you can actually cut chipboard as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what else, what other questions do we have? Lots of comments in here. People saying self-care is important, learning a lot about this magic machine.
Just whatever you do, don't learn on a live, because it's not. So I made a very beautiful shirt for my, I'm not going to. I made a very beautiful shirt similar to this in my own time with my machine setting the way for my niece, and I'm going to post it this afternoon. I'm assuming that Instagram is, so if you want to follow or just check on my Instagram page, I'll post it there to show you what you can do when you have time and you're not under pressure.
You want to see what Christy made? You got to go jump onto Instagram later.
You got to go jump onto. But then the problem is my niece is going to see it, and it's for her. Oh well.
That was for the other needs.
Yes.
You can work away around it. Where do you buy Cricut supplies? We do have a list of authorized resellers. It's published on our local Cricut Mia Instagram or Facebook pages. Any precautions while doing intricate designs? You want to take that one?
Lots of precautions. Yeah, I think again, you learn as you go along. You learn, okay, that heat is too much. This is, if you're doing a card, just make sure you're not doing fine little lines, that you just need to use maybe scrap paper and try it out, and then you'll see what's doable. But the other option is just to look at the professionals on all the YouTube channels, because there's often hacks and what you need to do, hacks, HACKS, just to show you what to do when you get into tricky little situations, which you will, because it's a learning curve and you need to just play around. So yeah, precautions in terms of heat. Like if it's too hot, it's going to burn the shirt.
Okay.
Does that answer the question?
I think it does.
Yeah.
Answer definitely. Let's see what else have we got in here. Can you tell us the difference between the three machines?
No.
I kind of answered that one already.
So yeah, just the Joy, especially very good with cards, but can print anything. But the bigger the machine goes, just the more, like, I think only the Maker can do your thick 2mm, your sturdier materials.
The Maker is kind of the Rolls Royce. It can really do everything. It can engrave, emboss. It can even cut material for a rotary blade. So it really depends on what you want to do. If you want to do minimalistic, simple things like iron-on and in vinyl, then the Joy is perfect for that. If you want to upgrade a little bit, you go to the Air Explore. But if you really want to do absolutely everything, and it can cut up to 300 different types of materials, that's when you go to the Cricut Maker.
And the price difference between the Maker and the Explore Air?
So the Maker is retailing MSRP today is about 7,999.
Okay.
And the Explore is at 4,999.
Okay. Okay.
And the Joy is also just launched in South Africa at 2,999.
2,999. Yeah. And obviously, if you want to print bigger stuff as well, it's going to be easier to do. Like, I was doing pillowcases. It's just easier to obviously do the bigger machine. Yeah, depending on what you want to print and how big you want to go. And then there's lots of hacks. Like I wanted to print something quite big, so I stuck my two. Apparently, you do get a big one. Hey, I just need to get it from you. But I just stuck them together, and then I printed something like from. Yeah, you know what you do. Yes, absolutely. You just need to play around. There are no rules and there are no limitations, but there are mistakes, and so you learn.
Mistakes are part of the thing, right? I mean, I've made so many mistakes. You get used to it. You'll practice.
Yeah.
Anyone live can.
It's frustrating because I've made like 20 t-shirts, but anyway, it's okay.
I was telling you earlier on today, every time we do a cricket live, everything will go smooth up until that day.
Yeah.
Then you'll have something that does a little bit fun. But that's part
exactly.
of the fun. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. So.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's pretty. It's
You don't want to
very
show it to
pretty. It's
anybody.
so pretty.
Okay, I think that's it from me. I do, before we close off, there's a couple of, thanks that I do want to give. Firstly, I want to thank all of our members. Cricut's members are super loyal and so supporting, also patient, really. It's been challenging for us to launch in this regions, but we're getting there, and we're thanking everybody for their patience. I want to thank HobbyX for their partnership. It's been an amazing journey so far already, and I can't wait for more. We got the real live HobbyX event happening at the end of the year, which hopefully all goes COVID permittant, that we can actually be in front of our members at a live expo, which will be really cool. And Paul Kruger from Bredville, also a cameraman. Thank you very much. It's an amazing venue.
What a lovely venue. Gosh, stunning.
You. And last but not least, Yuona Nolta for arranging all of this behind the scenes, putting everything together. I really, really appreciate that. Talking about Yuona, she's actually kind of a bit of famous lady in this industry, and I'll have the privilege to host on Friday, which is going to be really cool, but she's going to give us a masterclass.
So if you want to see how to do stuff, log in to the one on Friday, to the professionals doing their thing.
And then last but not least, Christi, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
We are on a big mission at Cricut where we want to help people live creative lives, and we're excited to have you part of the team. And on this mission, we're helping people live creative lives. And before I go and hand over to you, here's a big thank you.
Bloom where you planted. See. Oh, bye. Thank you. I hope it's something I can eat.
Whoops.
Dankie. No, I'm honored, and for me it's such a joy. You know what? I truly believe in doing stuff that you enjoy. And I'm not faking it. This is real for me. I'm loving every step of the way, loving playing around, and I can't wait to learn more so that I have no limitations. Because right now all that's limiting me is myself and not the machine, and to just learn, So thank you for bringing it here, bringing it to South Africa. I feel like in South Africa. And I just want to say thank you to my family. World peace. No, seriously, I want world peace. Yeah. Thank you, Martin.
Before I hand over.
And thank you to everyone who logged in. Really, really. We love you guys. And thank you for, gosh, I'm assuming it's all of Instagram because that's the only, but I know that you guys also major marketing. Thank you guys for your time. Time is precious. So thank you for logging in. And please go learn from the professionals how to use this and not from me, because it is really amazing. I did not do it justice today.
We love having you, Christi. Thank you for everything. I'm going to hand over to Annelie now so that she can do closing for us. Thank you, everybody.
Aww.
What a way to kick off the week. I now understand exactly what Christi meant by saying that creativity is contagious. And I hope this webinar inspired and motivated all our viewers. Thank you to everyone who joined us and for all the engagement, questions, and comments. To Christi, thank you for joining us today and showing us your tips and tricks, what to do and also what not to do, and giving us a glimpse into your life. It was really interesting, and I must say you've got a wicked sense of humor. Martin, as always, you've been an incredible host, and we value the partnership with Cricut just as much. But we are not done with this webinar series just yet. We're back in studio, as Martin said, on Friday, the 27th of August, with Yuona Nolta, who will create a page in an art journal. Then, on the 31st of August, Nan Day will cut craft stencils on the Cricut Maker, and she'll teach us how to use custom stencils on a painted project. We hope to see you all on these upcoming webinars. For more information, visit the HobbyX website at hobby-x.co.za. Until next time.